Hey, Luke, it's time to talk about best phones at a particular carrier.
Okay.
Today, let's talk about US Mobile.
Aha.
We've talked about them before.
We have. Yeah.
As part of our 7 things to know about a carrier series that we've done.
Yeah.
An interesting carrier.
Yeah.
And a good alternative or option for people who are maybe considering saving some money. As we talk about that, and if you want to look up the other coverage, we encourage you to do that.
Yeah.
One of the questions that we typically will tackle in the 7 things to know is whether or not you can buy a phone from them.
Yes.
Because that is a yes or no question.
Yeah.
In some carriers, you cannot. But if it's time for you to buy a new phone, and maybe you're considering a new carrier, US Mobile is an option for you. We've picked out some phones that you might want to start with.
Yeah.
We get a lot of questions about what is the best phone for my needs. Here's what I want to do with my phone. What do you recommend? So we've picked 4 that will kind of break down into different carriers or categories. And as we've done with other ones, we've got the flagship, best overall experience that you're going to get for today. Like, just I don't care about money. What is the best thing I can get my hands on?
Yeah.
So that's the flagship. And then at the other end of the spectrum is the entry level.
Sure.
I don't really have very many needs. I just want something. Maybe I just do some messaging, some basic social media, some email, and just
not a lot of high multitasking, not doing a bunch of gaming.
Yeah.
I'm not taking photos. I want good photos, but they don't have to be the best photos.
I don't care about software updates, so it doesn't matter whether
Right.
it has a specific feature.
I'm not really worried about refresh rate.
Yeah.
Those kind of things.
That's the entry level.
Yep.
Somewhere in the middle is going to be your all-around kind of sweet spot.
Yeah.
What is the best balance of phone for your money?
Yeah.
You don't have to spend more than this to get into kind of, you might get into overkill feature-wise.
Sure.
For a lot of users, you tell them, well, it does this. I don't care.
Yeah.
The best all-around phone is going to be the one where it's like, man, you really have to do a little bit more to convince me to go beyond this phone.
Right. Most of the time the all-around person is I have this X amount of budget. What's the most phone I can get for this budget?
Yeah.
Or what's the best phone I can get at this amount of money?
Yeah.
And that's usually where the all-around phone comes in. And then the 4th option we have for US Mobile is if somebody wants something a little different, and that's the folding line of phones. So folding as in a folding display, folding screen.
That's something that has become increasingly more popular.
Yep.
Prices started to drop down on those. Doesn't seem to be going anywhere.
No.
It's beginning to get more interesting to people, and people are starting to look at that and say, well, actually, I think that's more my speed.
And the technology is just getting better and better too.
Yeah. So there are a few options available out there. You can buy them direct from the manufacturer and bring it to US Mobile. But if you're buying it from US Mobile, there are some options that we've picked out one of the best folding phones.
Sure.
So
the interesting thing about US Mobile too is they use Verizon and T-Mobile. So we're going to give you the 4 that we think fit these categories from US Mobile. But the good thing about them is if you find a phone from another manufacturer, something we didn't talk about, chances are it probably will work with them because they have a pretty broad spectrum of what can be used on their network. So, let's get into these categories. Let's start at the top. What's the best? What's the best phone we can get at US Mobile?
So right now it's this. If you've seen some of these other videos or listened to these podcasts, it's the words to this.
Yeah.
It's the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra.
Yep.
It is the Galaxy S is the flagship series from Samsung. 22 is the current year, and the Ultra is the high-end version of this design.
Sure.
You could find other ones, but if you're just like, I'm throwing it all out there, 22 Ultra. This one runs about $1,200 right now.
Okay.
So it's a little pricey, but it is kind of the best of everything available.
Yeah.
You have a large screen, 6.8 inch with support for the stylus that comes with it.
Yeah, the S Pen.
And you've got lots of storage, very high capacity battery, multiple cameras, very highly rated.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 5G phone.
High refresh rate, wireless charging,
power sharing
capability. I mean, it's all of these buzzwords of the features that you see on these different phones that are coming out, the new phones, the nice phones. It has all of it.
Yep. So it's about $1,200, but it's one of those things where you buy this thing and you're probably not going to be thinking about replacing this for a couple of years.
Yeah.
So that's the flagship experience.
Mm-hmm.
Luke, if we go to the opposite end.
Sure.
And somebody just says, I just want a phone.
I just need a phone that works well. I don't care about the fanciest, nicest, whatever. Mm-hmm. The phone that's going to get you by from US Mobile is the Motorola Moto G Pure. Mm-hmm. This one comes in at $150.
Yeah.
It is a great phone for that price. It's going to 6.5-inch screen, running Android 11. Mm-hmm. It's got a
decent amount of memory and storage.
Multiple cameras. The only difference with this one is it is a 4G phone. Mm-hmm. So if you, if sending files, sending pictures, sending videos is a thing that you need to do over mobile, if you don't use Wi-Fi a lot, maybe something to think about. But generally, 4G is fine for text messaging, phone calls, web browsing. It's not really going to impact your life that much.
Right.
But it is 4G when most of the standard now is 5G.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a keep in mind on that. If we're going up to the all-around phone, kind of the mid-range or the best for a certain price, what is that phone from US Mobile?
Again, another popular one across pretty much any best of lists from any carrier available. And this is not always the case. This series of phones wasn't so readily available in the past.
Right.
This has done very well for itself, and it seems to be one of the best sellers in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And for great reasons. It's a great phone. It's the Pixel 6.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the one that, regardless of carrier, it seems to be that sweet spot. It's everything I need.
Yep.
Some of what I want.
Yep.
Peace of mind. Big screen, super smart processor, AI, cameras are incredible.
Yeah.
Has all the storage you need. Perfect version of Android unadulterated, direct from Google. Mm-hmm. Has all of the software security updates pushed out timely once a month.
Right.
Every so often you get the Pixel feature drops, which are things that are exclusive to
Pixel.
Pixel. The camera has some really cool features.
Yeah.
It's not just the good camera quality, but things like Magic Eraser, motion blurs, and things that you can do automatically unblur.
True skin tones.
Yeah. So you see commercials for this thing everywhere. It's sponsoring the NBA Finals. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a very big, popular phone.
Yeah.
So we see no reason to recommend necessarily anything more than this for a lot of people.
Sure.
It's a great everyman phone. Right now you're looking at about $600 for this thing.
Yeah.
So it's in that mid-range to upper tier, but it's not getting into that premium grade of stuff.
Right.
So that's the best all-around phone, Google Pixel 6. And then we talked about folding.
Yes.
So there aren't too many options available right now, just across the board, but there are a couple of models that pop up from time to time. Mm-hmm. We picked one of those for folding technology.
Yeah.
Which one did we select?
The Galaxy Z Flip 3. So this is that clamshell reminiscent.
Yeah.
So it looks like a normal candy bar style smartphone, but that display actually folds in half, and then it looks like a flip phone. So that's one of those that is very portable, fits nice in the pocket, but it still has a lot of the features of a mid to almost high-end phone.
Yeah.
It's 6.7-inch screen. It's got
almost a 2-inch screen on the outside too.
When it's closed, right?
You can use the folding technology to kind of, hold this at a certain angle for taking selfies, video calls.
Yep.
You see that kind of highlighted in the commercials for it.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, mid to upper tier hardware. Qualcomm, it if you follow the specifications closely, you're going to look at it and go, oh, it's only got this in it.
Right.
But it's still a very respectable, Snapdragon 865 plus processor.
Sure. It is 5G. It does have a water protection, dust protection rating, IP X8 rating. So,
With 8 gigabytes of RAM and 256 gigabytes of storage, I wager that that's more than a lot of people actually need in their phone. And if you're not doing benchmark tests and playing a lot of high-end games, you're not going to see the difference in that processor compared to anything really newer.
Sure.
So, and that's a good value proposition. It's about $900 right now. So that type of technology has come down in price.
Yeah.
And it's getting to the point where maybe paying a little bit more for the design and form factor, color and aesthetics, than the pure performance.
Sure.
But it's a nice balance right now, and that's the Galaxy Z Flip 3 for about $900 at US Mobile.
Yeah, so that's kind of our look at what's available at US Mobile spring of 2022. They have more phones to offer. And like I said, if you have another manufacturer, if you're looking at something a little less known like a Blue or a Poco phone or something like that, chances are they're going to work with US Mobile no problem. So there's a lot out there, but if you're wanting to get from the carrier, these are probably the 4 to start with, and then you can look from there.
Yep. Thanks for watching.
Thanks.